Welcome to Scale and Soul. On tonight, we're going to be talking about plateaus. When the scale stops, you don't. Just make sure you can hear me okay. Me some type of thumbs up if you can hear me. Welcome. Okay, great. So, I'll give it a couple of minutes. Hope your day went well, Felicia. Hi, Hadreen. How are you, cousin? How are you? Hope your days was going well today. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. So for myself, the topic tonight is plateaus. When the scale stops moving, we don't. Okay, so that's the topic of discussion on today, and so I also like to just give myself background and say yes, I have not personally experienced it like on this journey, but I have experienced it in my past. So when I was off of GLP-1, so and I still continue to go, which I think it still keeps your motivation up no matter what. So I'll say that as I was gaining the weight, I was still walking as much as I could. So just trying to get in my daily steps. Also at work, I would do the stairs, no matter what. And I think it also helped me, like, even to the fact of when I had my children, when I was pregnant with my children, I never stopped walking. I was doing 8 flights of stairs total twice a day. And I was going up and down. I think we went up and down 4 or 5 times. So I think like just always moving your body is important at some point, right? There's some cool things that we have now, like vibration plates, different things that can, like, you can have walking pads that's in your house. You can, there's multiple things that you can have, but we shouldn't dictate everything based on the scale. And so for myself, and I've probably said it multiple times, is when I weigh myself once a month. So thank you guys for coming in. If you would like to watch my weight loss journey, you can. I am currently 65 pounds down. Tomorrow is my weigh-in. And I don't know what the scale's gonna say tomorrow, but I wouldn't say I'm gonna go plateau because I know it's like over multiple months it would be considered like a plateau. But I know that for myself, I am not knowing if which way the scale's gonna go. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out tomorrow. So Felicia responds and says, I've been plateaued on other diets and exercises, but never on the GLP-1 yet. Awesome. And so I think that it's important to Harjareen put in the comments. That is so good, Michelle. Thank you, Harjareen. I think it's also a mindset thing. At least for me, it was. So even starting this journey, I decided to weigh myself once a month. I figured I'm not gonna concentrate on the scale. I've actually never really concentrated on the scale. I really like looking at my body composition of the way it is, and how my clothes fit and things like that. And I didn't buy a scale right away. I then was like, okay, let me get a scale, you know. And so that wasn't my main thing that I focused on. But if you are in a plateau, or if you ever come in a plateau, right? If it ever has happened to you in the past, or it might happen to you in the current or in the future, these are just going to be some suggestions of different things that you can do along your way, right? So for one, find something that you like to do. Don't find something that, like, I would say for one, eliminate the scale as much as you can. So if you're a person that weighs yourself every day or every time you eat within a day, within a 24-hour period, try to stretch that out to once a week if you can, or every other day, right? We want to try to like eliminate the things that may be distracting us. And like changing your mindset, right? When you change your mindset, you surprise yourself, right? Because it's the ultimate success of the things that you do consistently that makes up the results. So outside of weight loss, right? For myself, if you start thinking about, oh, okay, I'm dyslexic, right? So I would be like, oh, I can't, if I would have kept telling myself I can't read, but instead of going to the library, reading books consistently reading books, even though I wasn't the best reader, consistently focusing on something that's going to help me get there. I had the thoraceuses, I had dictionaries, I've read them all. You probably like, basically I've read multiple books that people probably even think about reading before I've read. And it didn't have to be novels. I wanted to educate myself on different ways to pronounce things, and I still have trouble, but that's what I chose to do in my life. And those steps that you take along the way, it has a bigger impact. So I eliminated forcing myself to get in the classroom and be embarrassed by not knowing, but instead of taking the necessary steps outside of the classroom to make sure that I'm getting there. So same thing with the scale. Remove the scale a little bit from you. Distance yourself from the scale if you have to. If it stops moving for you, distance yourself from it. If you're not getting the results that you expect or you want, distance yourself from it. I'm not telling you to eliminate it, but distance yourself, okay? And then from there, you still want to do things. You don't want to just sit. And if you can't move the way you want, you still want to do something. So there's multiple different types of exercises. So for myself, I know like there's a lot of people on a squat challenge, which is amazing. I have damage from my back all the way down to my leg from my car accident. So I know that when I do certain type of exercises, my right leg just gives out on me totally. So I've been trying to just try different ways to do squats to see, like, is my leg messing up? But I've been doing it just in different areas. Like I'll be leaning flat against something or against a wall. Can you guys still hear me? I just want to make sure because it looks like something connected to my to my device. So basically, like I was saying, I have to lean flat against like a wall and do different types of exercises just so I can make sure that I don't mess up anything in my body. So you have to think about your own situation and move accordingly. So your exercise that you do, you could do sitting in a chair. You can do like something weights where you can lift your arms if your arms are accessible. You can do chair movement. There's actually chair exercises online that you can look at if you need to, if you can't get to a gym. Again, you don't even have to have weights. You can use other things that's within your house to do the lifting. There's other ways to get around. I think it was Kim J, she mentioned going to Five and Below, getting some cheaper weights. So those are options that you have, but do not stop moving your body. That's the whole point. Do not stop moving your body. And also continue to look at your foods that you're intaking, because you want to make sure that your diet that you have set for yourself, if you are on a diet, or whatever you're intaking for your calories, for your protein, for your fiber, for your water intake, that it matches what your doctor has told you to do, and it also matches what you know fits for your body. I know the different things that I can't have and what causes me to feel not okay. So I try my best to stay away from it. I might try it, but I won't consume it to the point that I know that it's going to affect my overall weight loss journey. And so for everybody, that looks different, right? So as I talk to myself and I tell myself, I personally, like, I can't eat just a lot of pasta. I just can't. So would I have pasta? Yeah, I'll have some, but I can't eat a lot of it. So I prefer to have more protein in my diet. And that's just the way that I look at it. I look at it like I need more protein in my body, and now I'm starting to implement my fiber. And so those are the things that I need. But one thing for sure is if the scale stops, you don't. Can some people tell me like if they haven't been in Plateau or not? So we can see what they say regarding their weight loss and if it changed. And I'm gonna talk about a few other points too. Can you also sit and do knee lifts without weights? Yes, I can do. Yeah, I can do knee lifts. I could do some other exercises. Just some stuff I can't do. Like I was gonna like record in the gym one morning so you guys can see. Like there's some stuff that I can do and some stuff I can't, but I try to just do the best I can. I struggled a lot in the beginning because I could be in the gym doing something and my son might direct me to do something and then I couldn't do it because of my back situation. And I feel it like kind of immediately and I'm like, oh shoot, I can't do that. Like, but I can take pain. Like I had a trainer before. I mean, I'm okay with the pain. Like I'm like, bring it. Like I'm okay with it. Like I'm okay with feeling the tightness and I'm okay with that part of the journey. I'm not okay with feeling that back pain. That hurts like really, really bad. Felicia Felicia says I weigh in once a week for my doctors to know. Yep. And Harjreen, if you mind sharing, how often do you weigh in? If you don't mind sharing, understandable. Harjreen says she weighs herself every morning. Okay, great. But Monday is my official weigh-in day. Okay, got it. So that's the one that you count towards your journey. Got it. Hello, Jane. How are you? Welcome in. Jane said you can also sit and do knee lifts with or without weights. Yes. Just speaking to each other. And I started lifting with food cans until I could afford weights. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like you can definitely. Hi, Jen. How are you? Welcome in. Hope your day went well. You can definitely like try other things until you get to that. Like until you can have something. Like don't let anything like limit you on this way, and definitely don't allow the scale to. So most of the time, like you get on, everybody talks about the scale, but it's interesting that you can look at your inches, right? You can also look at all your non-scale victories that you have, your clothes, what's fitting better. How do you look like when you look at yourself in pictures? How do you look now versus before? You know, I know like for myself, I can tell different areas of my body, whether the scale's moving or not. You should be able to see the difference at some point. And it took me a while to see it, but then I really start to look back at old pictures and then that I had like clothes on that I could find and currently where I'm at. So that's the way I viewed it. And another thing is sometimes you can, and then just talking about now, I'm talking about on the medication, right? So not just like anyone, but like if you're on a weight loss journey and you're doing something, sometimes you have to switch up what you do. So if you got to make your body feel something different. So ways of doing that, like if you get up every morning, you wake up and you do your walks in the morning and you're doing, I don't know, 4 miles, 5 miles, whatever you're doing in the morning, your body gets used to that, right? So you might have to change up. You might have to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to try to do my walks in the evening. Okay, I'm going to try to, and that comes like, it works because you're changing something. So it's like it's shifting. Now it's like, okay, wait, hold on. We're used to doing this, but you're doing something different. And then also your meals, right? If you're used to eating the same meals and this is what you use for your weight loss journey, you've been eating the same stuff, but now you're in a stall and you realize when I'm saying a stall, we're talking about like at least 3 months of no weight change. You're just sitting there. And if you are in the process of building muscle, which a lot of people are on this weight loss journey, you should also like look into getting a different type of scale so you can make sure that you can see like you're losing fat but you're gaining muscle, so you can see the disposition if there's any, or you can see how your body composition is coming where it's not like gaining more fat in the process. Jane says, when I've been in a plateau in the past with Weight Watchers, I make sure I'm walking once an hour. outside of my daily workout. I make sure I hit my calories at least 3 to 4 days a week. I haven't hit one on Zepbound. So you haven't hit a plateau on Zepbound yet. I'm just assuming that's what you're saying. Um uh Jen's Marjorie's just talking to Jen. So these are like all I would say all the things that you can look forward to for yourself if something does happen. So just having that just in case, right? Another thing is water intake and sometimes not eating enough, right? So sometimes it's what you're eating. You might have to change it up a little bit, change up what you're eating. If you are fasting, some people fast. If you're fasting, you might need to change that up. I'm advising what I did when I was but I was on Plateau on Weight Watchers. Okay, got it. And also you also want to think about like what are you like so sometimes it's dosages too. So when I say dosages, I'm thinking about like sometimes it's not just about going up on a dose. And it depends on your medical history. So make sure you talk to your provider. But as you go up on a dose or if you decide to go down on a dose, you got to make sure you're still eating. And some people get in a plateau because they're not eating enough. So then it's like, are you counting your calories? Are you measuring your foods? And you may not be, but you got to still make sure that you are eating enough. Make sure you're getting your food so then you can lose weight. And somebody might think like, oh, I'm not eating, so my weight should go down. But that doesn't happen all the time. It really depends on each person. So and it depends on what you're consuming too. In your body. You want to make sure that you're consuming good nutritional foods in your body, whatever that means to you. Some people. I have a friend who was able to eat whatever the person wanted to eat, and never gained weight or anything. Was always petite, and didn't have a problem with weight, and they could eat whatever they want. And so, even though that's not people who was on our journey, but still, that's not healthy for your body. So our whole thing here is we're trying to improve the wellness of ourselves. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe some people are not. It could be some people may be just like looking at it on a scale perspective. They're not really trying to improve their health overall, but then there's a handful of us that is basically trying to improve our health overall. So Jane says, yeah, we sometimes overcorrect from week to week. Their body just stops. Yeah. So yeah, so you really have to understand your body. And I think it's the saying like, our body is our temple in the sense that, knowing you, right? Not like the people that's out here, but knowing you. So reading stuff. Hi Mary, how are you? Hope you're doing well tonight. Reading stuff, but not having to consume it in your own life if it doesn't fit for you. And having that, I would say it's like having a balance, right? Knowing what to take in and what to take out. I do that with conversations. Like I can sit and have a conversation with someone, but I'm not gonna take in everything they say because some of that stuff ain't good for me, and I'm gonna take in what's good for me, and I'm gonna keep it moving. So same thing goes for this. Like sometimes we're watching on the channel and we're looking at, maybe we should try this or maybe we should try that. But if it's not working, if it won't work for you, then maybe you shouldn't try it. And then do something else that will work for you. Because everybody got different body composition. So that's something to keep an eye out on. Does anybody else have any other suggestions for anybody that might be joining the community and they may become in a stall in their weight loss journey? And I do want to say that if you're starting off, I don't care if you're on Compound, if you're on Wegovy, if you're on Zepbound or Ozempic, if you're on a GLP-1 or you're on a weight loss journey and you start off and you lose no weight, like, do not like don't like panic. Like, definitely look at what you're doing. See, you might have heard stories that people lost weight without doing anything. You might had not have known that you had to do anything on the medicine. You might be working out and doing everything you need to do, and, and the scale's still not moving. But for you, you should basically wait, like wait out. I think it's like I want to say between, I think it's 8. If I read it right, I think it's 8 to 12 weeks to see if you're really in a stall. Then contact your doctor and make sure that it's working for you, because you really don't know if it's not working, right? That may not be your dose. So you might have to still keep titrating up until you get to your dose. But your body can be getting, like, the medicine could be working internally, like clearing out your liver, the things that we can't see, improving your kidneys, because the medicine does that. So we really don't know what it's doing internally for us, even though the scale may not be moving. So when you come on this journey, just know that you cannot compare yourself to anybody. And like, there's a lot of like noise about like what this medicine does and what we have to do on the journey. But overall, you really have to look at it in the perspective of what am I doing and what's going to happen for me. This is my car. This is my key. Is my key going to fit in that car that's across the street? No, it's not, because that's not my car. It's not going to fit. Okay? So don't try to make something fit that's not going to fit. Period. Don't try. Just do what works for you. This is your individual journey. Speak to yourself, speak over yourself, say out your affirmations if you have to, but know that you are not in this alone, because you have this whole community, a whole community of people that's here to support you along your way. And even people who's been on their journey and they're already down 100 pounds and, they're looking to lose more. I'm speaking to myself right now, because I might have to one day come back and watch this video and say, okay, Michelle, you were in the stall. Remember the things that you said, or go read the comments, see what people put in the comments of different suggestions of the things that we can do to improve improve our weight loss journey when it comes to stalls, and not solely focus on the scale. Okay? All right. Does anybody have anything they want to add? At all? I don't have my my water bottle. I left it today, so I actually don't have it. I've been getting text messages all day like, aren't you thirsty? You don't want any water? So I thought that was like hilarious today. I'm right. I tried eating. Felicia says, right, I tried eating 1,500 calories in the beginning of my journey because so many people did, but that was a huge mistake for me. Okay. So, yeah, exactly. So you got to find out what works for you and along the way. Mary says, I finally started measuring and I lost inches. I did not realize I was down on inches. See, that's amazing. So just continue to check other things besides the scale, and make sure we're eating enough, and make sure that, we are changing up different things. Like Jane said earlier, like she basically, like for her walks, like she works out, but then she walks every hour, like on the hour of once, was how she worded it. I'm walking once an hour outside of her daily workout. So like, you got to find something different. If you're used to doing all cardio, maybe you got to start lifting weights. You got to find something different. And if you never get in a stall, that's great. Then this particular video probably doesn't apply to you, but you can send it to someone who is in a stall if they ever become like sitting in that state. So like I said, just a reminder, stalls are like at least 3 months or more. And you should be talking to your provider along the way. So And other than that, that's kind of it for tonight for Scale and Soul. That's all I have. I wanted to basically talk to everyone about that, and then just let everybody know like my topics that I'm choosing. If you have any topics that you want me to talk about, what I try to do is I'll do some research on it, and then just read about different things that I hear or try to make sure I reference. Sometimes I have my notes. I don't have any notes today in front of me. I just have information that I basically been studying for a very long time. So Jane says, and it's like 5 or 10 minute walk in place or just outside each hour. Nothing crazy. Yeah, that's right. Because what they say is like, you don't got to be in the gym for 2 hours, an hour, 2 hours. You just got to move your body. Essentially, you got to move your body. And even like, there's a lot of people doing a hula hoop. There's a lot of people doing squats. Whatever works for you, do it. Find out what works for you. Whatever that thing is, find it and work it. And try to be proactive. So, like make a schedule for yourself. Like as soon as I introduced that hula hoop to my regiment, I dropped 6 pounds like that. Because I wasn't hula hooping before. So the weight's gonna fall. The weight's gonna fall. It's gonna move. Like what comes up must come down. Like, period. If you're working, it's gonna work it. I even hear, not here. I watch different channels, and there's people out there who never had to work out, and they consistently lost weight. They don't even have any like loose skin. Their bodies, they just didn't work out. The medicine did everything for them, and I would say that's very rare. And if you are one of those people, I look at it like this. It's just a very rare situation. If you feel like you don't have to do any movement and you can continue just to drop the pounds and you look amazing, that's wonderful. I am proud of you. Because the thing is just because it doesn't work for me, I can't get mad that it doesn't work for you. I'm proud that it works for you. Even people that are in a stall and they're in a stall for multiple months, you know what? I'm looking at it like I'm praying that, they get to their potential goal that they want to get to, but I pray that they don't give up. Like, I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to turn in the towel. Unless your doctor says you need to turn in the towel for medical reasons, don't turn in the towel. Like, don't give up on yourself. Just know that you got this. Don't give up on yourself over insurance. If you got to fight, fight. Don't give up. Because I look at insurance like they kind of want us to give up. And then sometimes if you got to go to compound, go to compound. Try to find the cheapest method that you can find that's going to work for you. If it's not the cheapest method, sometimes the cheapest method is not the best method. Try to find, if you could afford a little bit more, try to find the best customer service. And there's people in the community who, have different sponsors from different organizations. So look into it. Find out what works for you. Everybody's journey is looking different. Nobody's journey is looking the same. Some people do a telehealth company. Some people go to their providers. We found that out last night. Some people have wonderful providers. So they don't have to worry about anything with telehealth or compound or anything like that. And their insurance is great. So just remember, do not give up on yourself. And for me, I'm not giving up on myself. I'm not going to give up on you guys. And when the days get hard and I have to go back and look, I'm just like, okay, I got this. And over here, like on this particular channel, I'm just trying to shed light on different things based on my own personal experiences and also on different experiences that I've seen throughout like journeys around me in real life. And then my topics of discussion is the things that I feel like would benefit the audience in some type of way. And what's unique about about this community is that you're going to find the same information from multiple people. And so something I said today, I might have missed something, or maybe I misspoke about something, but I'm basing it on my perspective and trying to give you guys like indications of what possibly can help you. Not saying it's a guarantee, but it's a possibility these things could help you along your way. Felicia said, never give up. We got this, and that's for anything you are going through. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. All right, so it's 10:31. Tomorrow, I do not have a live out here for tomorrow. Tomorrow I will most likely be busy trying to get myself together to leave. And I would not be live again on Saturday. So I will put a posting out there for Sunday. But I would not be on Thursday, on Friday or Saturday, traveling, and then on Saturday when I get to my destination, I have stuff I have to do. And so with that being said, I don't want to, stop the progress of anything that I'm doing in the midst of it, or having to like basically I don't want to have to like look back and be like, "Oh my gosh, I have this live and I'm busy and doing this and doing that." So Friday, Saturday, back on Sunday. And then I'll see how my week goes with the conference. There's so much going on there where I'm at that I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live, or I don't know if I'm going to be too tired to go live. I really have to see how my body is feeling. So this is just me being transparent with you guys, letting you know. So I don't know how much I'll be live next week. I am going to try to find a restorer or a place I can possibly get like a shot, because I'm not taking all my medicine with me, and see if that works for me. Because I honestly don't want to be drained. Like, I'm in my head, it's like going around in my head, like, I don't want to be tired. I don't want to be tired. I want to have enough energy the whole week. So we'll see how this plays out this week. So I'll keep you guys posted. But if you have your notification bells on, and I will post it in advance so you can actually see like that it says like, I'm going live on this particular day. Like I said, definitely Sunday. And then I know Monday night there's an event. I know Tuesday night there's an event. So maybe again on Wednesday night. So maybe Sunday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday. So we'll play it by ear. But thank you guys all tonight for coming in. Just remember to like if you're in here. If you're not subscribed, you can subscribe to my channel. I do have some Q&As coming up. Like, some people sent me some questions. I didn't just know that if you emailed me questions, I am not like blocking you out. I'm not ignoring you. I will respond to you accordingly. I will just like most likely. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Felicia. I would basically just answer the questions right on a live. I'm just going to answer like I did last time. And I think some of the questions were repetitive. I didn't want to kind of be rude and say, oh, go look at my live. But I will just like put the questions on here. And then, you decide to watch it. So I just have to remind myself when I get on to like kind of like say who I am, how much I'm down, and then people will kind of have all that information already. But I weigh myself tomorrow, so I was going to wait until like Sunday. I'll probably answer all those questions. All right, so you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. Until Sunday, I say peace, love, and happiness.